Waiting on a deal on my own time, on my own grind. You know we ain't never gonna quit. Take my hand, baby girl, let's go. You know life's too short. Don't you miss the boat. See you riding on, riding on.
We have a 2.5 acre property outlined by this yellow border.
Welcome to Grow Moringa Farms, right here in the heart of Plant City, Florida. And from above, you can see rows and rows of vibrant moringa trees. Each one of them is brimming with life, nourishment, and purpose. But what you're seeing here isn't just a normal farm. This is a living example of how we can grow food locally, heal the earth, and build a community that actually cares where our food comes from and exactly how it's being grown. Here at Grow Moringa Farms, our mission is simple: to regenerate the land and to grow nutrient-rich moringa right here in the USA, and to share its benefits with families like yours. And now, through our brand new Adopt a Moringa Tree sponsorship program, you can be a part of this mission in a deeply personal way. Imagine this: somewhere in this grove, one single moringa tree will be yours, and you'll be able to put your name on it, literally, with a beautiful vintage style sign at the base of your tree, marking it as your living legacy. This is more than just a tree. This is a statement that you believe in organic growing practices, regenerative agriculture, healthy soil, and a chance for you and others to support the future of this farm for generations to come. In just a moment, we're going to fly over these branches with our drone. Picture yourself walking through this grove, feeling the sun on your face, the breeze rustling, the leaves, the bees, the butterflies, the bunny rabbits. When you adopt a moringa tree, you become its caretaker in spirit, and we become stewards together in practice. And we will lovingly attend to your tree all year long, ensuring that it stays healthy, productive, and a part of a safe haven for pollinators and wildlife. This moringa farm doesn't just supply food. This is a sanctuary. And by adopting a moringa tree, you're going to help keep this land designated agriculture. It's also free from pesticides. It's protected from development because you're not just sponsoring a moringa tree, you're sponsoring a movement for local regenerative farming for generations to come. And the best part is that you actually get to enjoy the actual bounty that your tree produces. That's because every Adopt a Moringa Tree sponsorship comes with amazing perks. For starters, you'll receive about 1 pound of moringa throughout the year in the form of fresh loose leaf or powder, depending on how much your tree yields. Imagine sprinkling powder in your smoothie or making tea and being able to proudly say that this moringa powder or this moringa tea came from my tree at Grow Moringa Farms. You'll also get a beautiful vintage sign at the base of your tree with the unique name that you choose. This is your own green monument at our farm. And you're invited to visit your tree anytime during hours. You can walk the farm, you can harvest the leaves of your own, and truly connect where your superfood comes from. Grab the greens from your own tree, bring your friends, and have a moment of peace to reconnect back in nature. This is a retreat and a sanctuary for you to be able to enjoy because you've sponsored a tree here at Grow Moringa Farms. Not only that, but you'll receive an official Adopt a Moringa Tree certificate, complete with a photo of your own tree that you can frame and share with your loved ones. This is a daily reminder that you're supporting healthy soil, clean air, and local regenerative farming right here in the USA. This is a small operation that you will definitely want to have a piece of and invest in this farm right here for the long-term success of growing moringa and supplying moringa to the USA. With every tree adoption, you're not just nourishing your body with one of the most nutrient-dense plants on earth, you're helping us care for the land, keeping our farm sustainable. You're helping to create a pollinator-safe zone where bees, butterflies, and birds can thrive. So as you watch this aerial drone footage of every branch and every leaf and every blossom, you'll see that you're a part of something much bigger, a commitment to organic practices, a promise to the future, and a way for you to feel more connected to the food that you eat. Together, we're building a place for community retreats and wellness gatherings. This is a sanctuary where people and nature can thrive side by side. And when you adopt a moringa tree, you're not just planting roots in the soil, you're planting roots in a movement that will grow for decades to come. So, adopt a moringa tree today. Put your name on one of these trees here, taste the harvest from your very own tree, walk the rows with us, and watch your tree grow stronger and stronger every season, knowing that you're a part of something truly regenerative and local to the USA. Did you know that 99% of all moringa is imported into the USA from other countries? This is going to help support the growth of small local farmers, and we're going to teach and we're going to be able to bring this knowledge to more people with your help. Someone just adopted their tree, so we're going to go ahead and send them a photo of their tree. We're going to put their name on the sign, and we're going to begin harvesting their very own product from their tree. Okay. There we go. Hey. All right. So today I'm going to show you where you can adopt a moringa tree right here in Plant City, Florida. You could rent the space where this tree is located so that way you can grab some of the greens and harvest some of the leaves. We're going to do all of that for you. We're going to do all of that for you. This is where you can adopt a moringa tree.
He's got the zoomies. Let's go. This is the first time that we're showing off the property after a few years of harsh winters, hurricanes, but now she's coming back flush. We're in a beautiful city in Hillsborough County known as Plant City, Florida, just outside of Tampa. Camera's facing north now. I'm just getting adjusted, showing off these 6 beautiful rows as the trees are coming back from frost. We're now early July, and the plans for this field and property are just now starting to reach fruition after about 4 years. I've been out on the property developing and starting with several layers of mulch. We've gotten hundreds and hundreds of loads of bulk mulch delivered out here for free. I'm going to give you a quick little roundabout. Going off to the west, we have Tampa. Now going out to the south, we have Brandon down there as we're now facing east. We've got Plant City over on the other side to the right. Giving you a full scope, that tree went down, but we're going to go ahead and get that out of there and start going those 7, 8, 9, 2010 as we continue to finish out the development of this property. Take a look at this. We've got a trail along the north edge where we can have access, and we have other plants coming in like Mexican sunflower, cassava.
There she is.
Get a full view of our property. So you get a chance to sponsor one of these beautiful moringa trees in the field. Thanks a lot for taking a look as I have fun with our little drone. This is our hedge area. I want to get you a full view of the hedge area off to the right.
Hey, thanks for considering adopting a moringa tree and joining our sponsorship program that we have here at Grow Moringa in Plant City. Let me take you in to show you exactly what our farm looks like now. You can see here that we have a 2.5 acre property outlined by this yellow border. We're at the end of a cul-de-sac where we have a driveway that leads into the shed and the farmhouse. Closest to the farmhouse, we have Zone 1, the intensive area. A little bit further out, we have Zone 2, the hedge area. And then out into the field, we have a 1/2 acre plot currently planted, and that's Zone 3. We call that the orchard. Here at the bottom left, we have a legend that depicts by color the size of the trees, and we classified them with these simple markings. Class A is a large with a dark green color. Class B is a medium with a medium green color, and a Class C is a small tree with a light green color. These classes are determined by the trunk size and how many branches they have coming out of the base, and the thickness of the trunk. Here in our Zone 1, we have 12 large moringa trees. These spaces were first planted out upon arriving here at the farm. Some of these trees are now in the largest class, Class A, which if I were you, would reserve first. So if you're interested, number 10 is available, a prime specimen, and number 12, another prime specimen. The remaining are medium sized trees, with number 1 having recently been replaced because of the storm and the frost, is now classified as a Class C, as indicated by the colors. The darkest color are the largest, the medium colors are the medium, and the lightest colors are the smallest. As well as you'll notice on some of the spaces are still empty from loss due to frost. We had a very severe winter and it knocked out a bunch of our trees. But I've already replaced a few like this one and reclassing that as a small Class C. Over the course of the summer, I'll be taking large trees that are coming out of the intensive zones and putting them into the spaces, the empty spaces. We also have this beautiful Zone 2 hedge area where we have about 10 trees around the border, and then coming into, say, like the front area, the second entrance here are lined up with 2 more here that are still have not been planted yet. The smallest one here, number 13, is a Class A, sorry, a Class C, the smallest size, and the rest of these are Class Bs. which have a fairly thick trunk. They all have hardy wood. All of the trunks are about 2 inches. They all have now reached their second tier. But now getting to the exciting part is the orchard. And you can see here that we broke the orchard down into 6 rows. We have the first row here, which encompasses the border in the front, as well as an intensive line of trees here. Each one of these beds has about 5,000 trees in them right now. So this makes about 50,000 trees just in this half acre. So there's 10,000 in this row, 10,000, 10, 10, and 10, split with a pathway in the middle. Row 2, you can see starts the stagger plot of trees, where we have our largest trees in row 2 and in row 3. These are the oldest sections of the farm that have been established. We also have a line of large trees in row 1, with Class A trees starting with 25, and a few other trees that are still missing in this row. I still have to dig this ditch out and raise this soil up a little bit right here to plant on a mound, which I did here early on moving in to help capture water on the property. And these trees have done really well. You'll be excited to see some of these pictures. These dark green ones will be the ones that you'll want to reserve first. 25 is a huge, massive tree with tons of drumsticks on it. I look forward to seeing somebody claim number 25 right away and claim it as their own and put their name on it, and we can put a sign out there for you. But you can see here that we have row 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, leading up to 140 spaces in total. There's a few trees that got knocked out by a tree that fell over here. There's a few trees that got knocked out by the frost. And there's a few trees that are coming back from the frost, severe frost. But there's a few trees that made it that were still really established that I had gotten in about 3-4 years ago, about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, that are still really solid, have some really big bases, and did not get affected by the frost. Once these trunks get large enough, for the most part, they won't be as affected. We just ended up having a very severe frost this past winter, probably due to La Nina being, I think, a little bit more of a colder set of years. We've gone through, believe it or not, the last 6 or 7 years. I remember the very first severe frost that we had was in 17. That took out a bunch of trees. Here it is. That was the winter of 24. So the winter of 17 was very severe. 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24. It usually is about a 7-year cycle where the first year is the coldest, the last year is the coldest. And so now I think we're going into a more of an El Nino, might be a little bit more of a warmer winter, and we may have 7 years of warm winters. Let's see how it goes. If anything, what we're going to be doing is building this area up more to where we protect the soil and the trees get larger, and we may even be covering the trees in this entire space with a shade cloth, so that way the frost doesn't creep in over this area. This is a half acre, so it's not too far out of the question to cover it during the winter time to help prevent any frost coming in. But there's other methods and ways to keep frost from settling in the area, which we could be implementing a really good irrigation system this year with your sponsorship. Now, let's take a look at what the trees look like. I have some photos for you, so that way you can see exactly what the trees look like. Let's go to our checkout page here at the shop. Great. This is our Adopt a Tree program here at Grow Moringa shop. This is an image of the sign. here in its position, where you could put your name, and we'll have this space number to be able to track it. This is an image of one of the trees here. I think this is like tree number 4 here, out here in the intensive. You can see this is an image that we're going to be providing you. This is the entirety of the 2.5 acre plot. You can see that this is where I was dropping mulch down here before the raised beds were even in place, completely covered in mulch. This is right here. The corner here is where tree number 10 is. You can see here, dropped a whole layer of mulch down on the ground, completely covered with mulch. And this is where number 13 through 24 are located. And it wasn't even formed yet. I was still figuring out what to plant here. And then you can see down here where I was starting to lay out the plots for the other rows and starting to get sticks in the ground. This was an image from the summer of 2021. I'm standing right here with Jason and our buddy Ben in this space right here. And this is the orchard area, the 2.5 acre spot right here. You can see the ditch where I dug, where heavy rains settle in this area right here. And then we have a nice raised section where the trees are protected. And this is actually tree number 25 and 26 right here, some of the biggest trees on the property. This is a big oak tree that is in the middle of the orchard. But this was an image taken, like I said, in the summer of 21. And this is the entire 2.5 acre property going all the way down row 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 5 wasn't even put together yet. I was still getting the plastic up. And row number 6, this is the tree that just went down during the hurricane. And then we have row number 6 here that is now fully formed. I pulled plastic up. This was all plastic. This was all plastic. And I pulled all this plastic up, and it's actually still sitting right here, which we'll be tossing in the trash very soon. This is a quick little video of me introducing the Adopt a Tree program. You'll want to check it out. It's on our shop. Here's the image of our map. And then what I wanted to do was go in and actually show you that this is the Google Drive that you'll be able to track images of the trees. We have zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. We have also a map and a sheet here, which I'm going to show you. You can take a look at which tree to preserve and reserve for your Adopt a Tree sponsorship. We have a 5-star review because these Class A's are the large ones. These are probably the first ones that are going to go. You can see here, if you click this, this is actually the image of your tree. So this is number 10, sitting out there in the front corner. This image was taken on the 4th of July. Same thing with number 12, another big tree right next to number 10. Here on the front corner, southeast corner of the property, this is what I mean by a Class A. It's got several large wooded bases. They're being cut back at chest high, and they're now well over head height. But getting through the roundabout hedge area, after going through and showing you the intensive area, the next most valuable trees that you'll want to reserve are going to be starting with number 25. Huge, massive tree. Someone's going to be lucky to get this tree right here. This is one of our first trees that we planted here, a massive tree that also is fully set with drumsticks. If you reserve this tree right now, I could possibly send you some drumsticks. It is costly to send drumsticks, but you could also come and pick drumsticks right off of your tree. That's another perk of adopting your tree. At least what we're going to do is we're going to send you greens up to about a pound or so, depending on how much your tree produces. But there's probably maybe about a quarter pound um, worth of greens on here right now. Once we dry it and process it, then you'll get a percentage of that. And then throughout the year, you'll most likely off of a class A get about a pound worth of product that we can share. So we're going to turn some of this product into retail product and we'll sell it. And then for the most part, we're going to set a bunch aside for our sponsors to be able to choose if they'd like to get tea or powder directly from their tree. So that's number 25. Number 26 is a massive beast that you'll want to preserve, get your name on it. Number 26 is a beautiful tree, a really short, bushy base that I've been forming and putting these trees to work so that way they produce tons of drumsticks and tons of greens. You can't get this off of a tree that's not cared for, loved, taken care of. And I come and I walk through these trees and I take care of all the dead limbs very regularly. And that's what you get when you adopt a tree with us, is that you get me taking care of it. If we go to say like 27, another class A, big mama right here. She's really high and I'm forming this tree. There's still a bunch of little pieces that are coming off of it down here that I'm keeping, popping tops and thickening out. So that way this tree also gets a bunch of thicker pieces. I may even bring this tree back after making a harvest. And after I bring this tree back to possibly about here, about here, about here, what that's going to do is going to push more branches out here, and that's going to cause this tree to get also even thicker. You can see that it's in row 1 right on top of the berm here where it leads into the intensive um, tree area that I have about 5,000 seeds planted in this little row right here. And then we have some turmeric. And depending on how many things we have close by to your tree, we'll also be able to give you other things. Might be able to get a little bit of turmeric, might be able to get a little bit of pumpkin, might be able to get a little bit of things that we have growing also in and around and near your tree for sponsoring this. So thanks a lot for considering sponsoring a moringa tree with us. And thanks a lot for watching the video.